students, today we see the new topic for the CET, that is the plant water relations. This topic we have already start in your divisions. Okay. So for the CET, we see some in brief about the plant water relations. Okay, so here in the plant water relations we are going to see that is about how the water it mainly transport, that is here from the root, then again stem up to the leaves. So see, that is here the water absorption how takes place, then again some physiological processes we are going to see, etc. Okay, so first we see that is about the water which is present in the soil, that is it mainly absorbed by the plants, that is through the roots. Okay, so here the in the plant cell there is about 90 to 95% of the water is present. Okay, so here the water it mainly present in the soil, it mainly absorbed through the root hair, then again the root hair it is the single cell structure, then again it transfer to the epidermal cells, that is known as the epiblema cell, and then again from the epiblema cell it again transfer up to the cortical cell. Okay, so first we see about the properties of the water. So we have seen that is properties of the water, that is here the water is the most important property, that is it is the solvent, that is many solute get soluble in the solvent, that is water is the solvent which is in the liquid form, okay, at a room temperature. So it is the best solvent. And then here the pH of the water is always neutral. pH of water is the neutral. And then here it is the best transporting medium, that is here through the water, then again some minerals, म्हणजे पाण्यामध्ये जे सॉइल मधून जे वॉटर ट्रान्सपोर्ट होतं त्याच्या बरोबर बरेचसे मिनरल्स जे असतात तेही त्याच्या बरोबर प्लांट मध्ये ट्रान्सपोर्ट होतात. सो इट इज द ट्रान्सपोर्टिंग एजंट फॉर द मिनरल्स and the some molecules. Then again here it is the raw material for the photosynthesis, that is the photosynthesis, it is the process in which here the plant prepare their own food material from the CO2 and the H2O. So here the H2O, that is the water, it is the raw material for the physiological process, that is the photosynthesis. So here see, that is here the water it mainly see, that is the structure. If we see the water, that is here H2O. So see, that is here the oxygen, it is mainly the negatively charged, and here is the hydrogen on the both side, it is the positively charged. Okay, so here the hydrogen and this oxygen, that is it is the one water molecule, and this one water molecule bind with the another water molecule. See, that is here the oxygen, here again the hydrogen, here again the hydrogen, and here is the negatively charged. Okay, here is the positively charged. So here this water molecule can be bind with this water molecule, that is by some attractive force. Okay, and here the attractive force which is produced, that is in the form of the bond, that is the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. Okay, so here the water it is the dipolar. So why it is dipolar? That is in the water there is the one positively charged, that is having the hydrogen, and the negatively charged is of the oxygen. Okay, so here the oxygen is negatively charged and here hydrogen is the positively charged, and therefore there is binding takes place and the bond formation between the two water molecule is the hydrogen bond. And due to this presence of this hydrogen bond, here the water it shows the specific characteristics or some different properties, that is these different properties are, that is the water it is having the heat, high specific heat. That is the most important characteristic or the properties, that is it shows the high specific to the heat. Okay, we can see that is the water having the specific boiling point. Okay, so here it is the high to the specific heat. Then here the water, it shows the high heat vaporization. That is at the particular temperature, here the water vapors are produced. Okay, so here due to here the water, it converts into the vapor, so it is high heat vaporization, and then that is here the high heat fusion. So high heat fusion. So these are some properties of the water. That is why, because due to there is the presence of the hydrogen bond between the two water molecule. Okay, so the water, it shows the dipolar dipolic condition. That is here the dipolic means here one hydrogen having the positively charged, while the oxygen is the negatively charged. Okay, then next that is about here the how the water, this water, it gets absorbed. Okay, so here the water, it mainly having the some physical characteristics, that is the specific heat, heat vaporization, heat fusion, and here the water, it mainly transport, that is into the root hair, then again from the root hair it transfer into the plant body. That is here the water, it mainly transfer from the physical process to the biological process. Okay, so see, that is here the how the water is a transport. That is also the water having some another specific characteristics, that is the water having the surface tension. Surface tension, water having the surface tension. Then here the water having the high adhesive force. And it is also having the cohesive force. Cohesive force. So see, that is what is meant by the adhesive force. That is, it is the attraction between the two dissimilar molecules or the substances. So dissimilar substances means what? There is the attraction between the water and the lignified wall. Lignified wall of the cells. So these cells are of the xylem cells, that is the tracheids and the vessels. Okay, so see, that is here. See here, that is the structure of the vessel is like that of the pipe. Okay, through which here water is transport. So here the wall of the vessel, it mainly made of the lignin. And here water which moves, that is there is the attraction between this water molecule and here the lignin. Okay, so here is the attraction between two different, that is the lignin wall and the water molecule. So it is the adhesive force. Then what is meant by the cohesive force? That is, cohesive force means here attraction between the two similar molecules. So which are the similar molecules? That is the water plus water. Okay, so here the attraction between the two water molecule, that is known as the adhesive force. Okay, and due to the cohesive and the adhesive force, here the water, it mainly make the column in the vessels and the tracheids, and due to which here the water, it mainly transport. Okay, so it is about some properties of the water. Then next, that is how the water is a transport. That is here there is one absorbing organ for the transport of the water. We have seen also that is here, which is the absorbing organ, that is the rooty. Absorbing organ of the water, that is the root tip. Okay, so here the root tip we have discussed, that is here the root tip, it is mainly having the root. At the tip portion there is the protective covering, it is known as the root cap. Okay, then above this root cap here is the region that is which is made up of the immature cells, but these cells having high capacity of cell division. So here these immature cells which are present, that is this, it is known as the zone of cell division. Okay, or here it is the zone of meristematic cells or the meristematic tissue. Okay, so here it is also known as the meristematic zone or the meristematic cell, or it is also known as the cell division zone. Okay, so or it is also known as the region of the cell division. Region of the cell division. So at this region here there is the cell division takes place. So here these cells are immature and it having the high capacity of the cell division. Then above this cell zone of the meristematic region, here is one zone, that is it is the zone of elongation. Zone of elongation. So here in the zone of elongation, that is here the enlargement of the cell takes place. Only the enlargement of the cell takes place, that is here the cytoplasmic content of the cell increases, and due to which here in the zone of elongation, here the enlargement of the cell takes place. Above the zone of elongation, here is the some specific zone, that is in which here there are the many root hairs are produced. Okay, and through this root hair here the water is absorbed, so this region is known as the zone of absorption. Okay, so at this region here the water is absorbed, so this region is known as the zone of absorption. And this region there are the root hairs. There are the root hairs. So with the help of this root hair, the water is absorbed. And above this here, there is the maturation zone. So here at this maturation zone, here the cell gets mature. That is, there is the differentiation of the cell takes place. How the differentiation of the cell takes place? That is here at this region here only the cell gets elongate, enlargement takes place. But there is no differentiation between the cell, that is the permanent tissue. So in which there is a simple tissue and the complex tissue are produced. So simple tissue, these are the mainly parenchyma, collenchyma and the sclerenchyma. These are the simple tissue, while the complex tissue, these are mainly the xylem and the phloem. So out of which here the xylem, it is the water conducting tissue, and the phloem, it is the food conducting tissue. So here at this region, that is this region is known as the maturation zone, or it is also known as the zone of or the region of the maturation. Okay, zone of maturation. At this region here the cell differentiation takes place, and here when the water is absorbed by this root, then again it transfer through the meristematic zone, that is this maturation zone, and this maturation zone in which there is the xylem, water conducting tissue, through which here water is conduct up to the stem and then again up to the leaves. Okay, so it is about the absorbing organ, that is the root tip. Okay, so single we see that is how the structure of the root hair. So root hair is the main part that is through which here the water is absorbed. Okay, so see that is here the outermost wall of the root. It is made up of the epiblema cells. or it is the epidermal cell, which is known as the epiblema cell. So see, that is here, these are the epiblema cells. Okay, so these are the epiblema cell, outermost layer. So here one epiblema cell, it protrude, and here from which here there is the formation of the root hair. Okay, so here it is the epiblema cell. And here through this one cell of the epiblema, that is here the wall gets protrude and it produce the elongated that is the root hair. This structure is the root hair. So here length of the root hair is of the 1 to 10 millimeter, 1 to 10 mm. Okay, so one specific characteristic that is in the root, it is the single cell, unicellular. Root hair is the unicellular. Okay, so it shows the single nucleus, like this here, single nucleus, and it shows the large vacuole. So here is the vacuole, which is the large vacuole. Then it is surrounded by the cell cytoplasm, and here the outermost wall, it is the cell wall, inside which here there is the cell membrane also present. So here is the cell membrane. We have seen in last lecture, that is how the structure of the root hair detailed. Okay, so here see, that is here the vacuole is large, due to which here the cytoplasmic content, that is the protoplast, okay, and the nucleus, that is here, they gets arranged towards the periphery, that is they push out towards the periphery. Why? Because here is the large vacuole, म्हणजे त्याच्या आतमधली जी पोकळी असते, सेल सिंगल सेल आहे हा, बरोबर आहे, आणि त्याच्या आतमध्ये जी व्हॅक्युअल जो असतो तो लार्ज व्हॅक्युअल असल्यामुळं व्हॅक्युअलच्या कडेनी सगळे जे काही प्रोटोप्लाझम आहे ते प्रोटोप्लाझम त्याच्या कडेनी असतं. मग त्या प्रोटोप्लाझम मध्ये काय काय असेल, देर आर द मायटोकॉन्ड्रियन, ओके, अदर सेल ऑर्गॅनलीज, अँड हिअर इज ऑल्सो द लार्ज nucleus. Okay, so here is the nucleus, then again there may be the mitochondrion, etc. in the protoplasm. So next concept, see, that is about the cell wall. So the cell wall is mainly made up of the two layers. Cell wall of the root hair is made up of the two layers, that is the outer layer, cell wall is made up of the two layers, that is the outer, it mainly made up of the pectin. Outer layer is made up of the pectin, while here the inner layer is made up of the cellulose. So here the pectin and the cellulose, these are some hydrophilic substances. Pectin and the cellulose, these are the hydrophilic substances. And here the water, it mainly first process we are going to see, that is the diffusion. So here imbibition, so in which here the pectin and the cellulose, these are the hydrophilic substances, these are most useful. So cell wall is the freely permeable. So permeable means what? That is through the cell wall it allows the solvent, then all the solute can be passed through the cell wall. Okay, so here the cell wall is permeable, but here the cell membrane is the selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means what? That is through the cell membrane, here only the some solute or the solvent can be selected solvent or the solute can be passed through the cell membrane. Okay, so the cell membrane is the selectively permeable, while the cell wall is the freely permeable. Okay, so here see that above, that is the cell wall and the cell membrane. So here the root hair, it is mainly the unicellular, colorless, unbranched, and it is the short-lived. Okay, so it is the short-lived, so it is known as the ephemeral. Okay, so it is the short-lived, so it is known as the ephemeral. Ephemeral. Okay, so it is about the structure of the root hair. Okay, it is the absorbing organ, okay, in which we have seen that is the root tip structure, and here about the root hair. Okay, and then next concept, that is here through this root hair which type of the water is mainly absorbed. So which type of water is transport, that is or absorbed by the root hair. See here, that is first upon the water, it is absorbed through the root hair. See here, it is the root hair. So here the water which is around the root hair, that is here are the soil particles, okay, in which here water is present. So here it is the micro environment present around this root hair. It is known as the rhizosphere, and water it mainly absorbed from this rhizosphere by the root hair. Okay, so here the root hair, it is the mainly absorb the water, that is which type of is water absorbed by the root hair. So see, that is here the water, that is the types of the soil water. Which type of water is present in the soil. So there are the 4 types of the water. So first is the gravitational water. Another type, that is it is the combined water. Third is the hygroscopic water. And fourth is the capillary water. Capillary water. So here the combined water and the hygroscopic water, it mainly known as the bound water. These are the bound water. Okay, so why these are known as bound water? Because they are tightly bind. Water molecules are tightly bind, that is in the combined water and in the hygroscopic water. Okay, so here the gravitational water means what? That is this type of the water, it mainly percolate deep in the soil. That is here we have seen that is the uppermost layer is made up of the fertile soil. Okay, then again below which there is the rock. Okay, so here when the rain water falls, here the water percolate in the fertile soil, and then again it gets downward up to the rock. Okay, and here at this region, here the root tip does not reaches. Okay, and due to which here the water is not, that is gravitational water, it is not absorbed by the root. Okay, so here the gravitational water, that is it mainly present deep in the soil, and up to this water here the root tip does not goes or the does not reaches. Okay, so here the gravitational water is not absorbed by the root. Then again the combined water, this combined water, it is mainly hydrated forms of the oxides and the silicon, oxides of the silicon and the aluminium. So here the combined water, it is mainly made up of the hydrated oxides of the silicon and the aluminium, that is it is combined, and due to which here the water is not absorbed by the root hair of the root tip. Then next, that is the hygroscopic water. that is this hygroscopic water, it mainly tightly bind with the soil particles. Okay, so if we see, these are the soil particles. The hygroscopic water is tightly bind around the soil particles. Okay, so here these soil particles absorb the water or imbibe the water, and due to which here these water molecules are tightly bind with this soil particle, and due to which here the hygroscopic water is not absorbed by the root. Okay, so here these three types, that is gravitational water, combined water and hygroscopic water, these three water, that does not absorb by the water. So that is, these three type of the water are not available for the absorption. Okay, so which water is available? That is the capillary water. Okay, so see what is meant by the capillary water. So the capillary water means what? That is, here this water is present, and that is in between the pores of the neighboring soil particles. Okay, so see that is here. Suppose it is, these are the soil particles, many soil particles like this. Okay, and in between the soil particles there are the small pores like this. So here, so these are act as a capillary. These are act as a capillary. Okay, so here the water, it mainly present in the capillary. Okay, or the pores which are present between the two soil particles. Okay, it is known as the capillary water. And here this capillary water only absorbed by the plants. Capillary water is only absorbed by the plants. Okay, so here the water which is available for the plant, that is, in which we have seen, that is, remember only capillary water is absorbed by the plant, and hygroscopic and combined and the gravitational water is not absorbed by the plant. Then next concept, see, that is about the how the water is absorbed by the plant. That is, there are some physical processes. So see, that is, there are the some physical processes by which here water is absorbed. Okay, so there are the three physical processes. That is, the one is the imbibition, another, that is the diffusion, and the third physical process is the osmosis. Okay, so we see, that is here the comparative, what is meant by imbibition, what is meant by diffusion, and what is meant by the osmosis. Okay, so we have seen that is the imbibition, diffusion process. Okay, so see, that is imbibition. Imbibition means what? That is the adsorption, not absorption, adsorption. Here, adsorption of water by the hydrophilic substances. By hydrophilic substances or the colloids. Okay, so which are the hydrophilic substances present in the cell wall? We have seen, just that is, in the cell wall there are the hydrophilic substances, that is the pectin and cellulose. We have seen, that is outer wall, that is cell wall is made up of two layers. Outer layer made up of pectin, inner layer made up of the cellulose. So here the absorption of the water by the hydrophilic substances, that is by the pectin and cellulose, that is known as the imbibition. So here during the absorption, that is, for the absorption, here the first step or the first physical process is the imbibition. So what happens during the imbibition? That is, there is the swelling of the cell wall takes place. Why? Because here there is an adsorption takes place. That is, here water, it only gets bind with the hydrophilic substances. Okay, so here the imbibition it mainly having the two parts, that is one is the imbibant and another is the imbibate. So what is the imbibant? Imbibant means what? That is here the substance which absorb, that is the water or the liquid. Okay, so here which substance? That is the hydrophilic substances or the colloids. So the colloids are the imbibant. Okay, so what is meant by imbibate? Imbibate means what? That is here when the liquid or the water is imbibed by the hydrophilic substances, that is cellulose and the pectin, which is present in the cell wall, which is known as the imbibate. Okay, so here this water is imbibed by the pectin and the cellulose. Okay, that is the pectin and cellulose, these are the hydrophilic colloids. Okay, so this pectin and cellulose are the imbibant. Okay, these two are the imbibant. Imbibant. Okay, and when it absorbs the water, okay, it is known as the imbibate. So see, that is imbibition process. We naturally see, that is I have also told, that is how we naturally see, that is during the rainy season there is the swelling of the wooden doors. म्हणजे जनरली पावसाळ्यामध्ये आता उन्हाळा आहे, आता आपण बघतो की दरवाजे, आपल्या घराचे जे दरवाजे असतात लाकडी दरवाजे, ते बंद केले की पटकन बंद होतात, परंतु ते जर पावसाळ्यामध्ये बघितलं तर थोडंसं टाईट होतात. कशामुळे? तर ड्यू टू द इम्बायबेशन. म्हणजे इथं काय होतं नक्की, तर जे काही वॉटर, जे मॉइश्चर जे असतं ॲटमॉस्फिअर मधलं, ते वॉटर हे काय केलं जातं, ऍब्सॉर्ब केलं जातं आणि त्यामुळे ते वॉटर हे टाइटली बाइंड राहतं. बट ड्युरिंग द इम्बायबेशन देर इज द नो सोल्युशन फॉर्मेशन टेक्स प्लेस. Okay, that is only the water, it gets tightly bind with the hydrophilic substances. Okay, so this process is the imbibation. So here during the imbibation also, here the movement of the water, it is mainly, that is the till equilibrium. Okay, so it is about the imbibation. The next step or the physical process is the diffusion. So what is means diffusion? Diffusion means here the movement of the ions, molecules from the higher concentration to the lower concentration till equilibrium. So here diffusion means what? That is here the movement takes place, that is of the ions, atoms or the molecules from higher concentration to the lower concentration. So in this process what happens, that is here the solvent or the water, it moves from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So here the solvent, it shows the high diffusing pressure. Okay, so here the water, if it is in the pure form, so diffusion, that is due to the diffusion, here some diffusing pressure is exerted. Okay, so here there is the formation of diffusion pressure. Okay, and here the diffusion pressure which is exerted, it mainly the directly proportional to the diffusing particles present in the substance. Okay, so if we see, that is the water molecule or the water, in which in the pure water there are many only water particles, that is H2O. Okay, so here the diffusion pressure of the water is more. But if we add in the water some solute, for example sugar, okay, जर आपण पाण्यामध्ये जर साखर टाकली आणि त्याचं जर द्रव तयार केलं तर काय होईल, तर तो जे काही पाणी आहे सोल्युशन झाल्यानंतर ते मात्र ते फास्ट मूव्ह होणार नाही. आलं लक्षात? म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण अगदी आपण घरगुती जर पाहिलं तरी जनरली आपण एक पाण्याचा ड्रॉप जर कशावरती टाकला तर तो पटकन स्प्रेड होतो. परंतु तेच जर पाण्यामध्ये जर आपण साखर टाकली असेल, फॉर एक्झाम्पल अगदी आपण पाक करतो तयार, तर तो पाक जर असेल तर तो काय होतो, त्याची गोळी तशीच राहते, ती स्प्रेड होत नाहीये पटकन. कारण का, तर त्यातलं डिफ्युजन प्रेशर काय होतं, कमी होतं. आलं लक्षात? म्हणजे सॉल्व्हंट जेवढं प्युअर असेल, आलं लक्षात, की त्याचं डिफ्युजन प्रेशर तेवढं काय असेल, जास्त असेल. ओके, so here the diffusion pressure is directly proportional to the diffusing particles. Okay, so see that is here diffusion pressure of the pure solvent is more, but if we add some solute, okay, then the diffusion pressure decreases. Diffusion pressure काय होईल, decrease होईल. So there is the difference between the diffusion pressure of the pure solvent and the diffusion pressure of the solution of the solvent. म्हणजे प्युअर पाण्याचं डिफ्युजन प्रेशर जास्त आहे, बरोबर आहे, आणि ते जर आपण साखरेचा पाक वगैरे टाकून बघितलं तर त्याचं डिफ्युजन प्रेशर कमी असणार आहे, नक्कीच कमी असणार आहे. हा अगदी निग्लिजिबल येईल, आपण बघू. तर या पद्धतीनं त्या दोन्हीतला फरक जो आहे, इट इज नोन ॲज द डीपीडी, डिफ्युजन प्रेशर डिफिसिट. ओके, सो डीपीडी इट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन द डिफ्युजन प्रेशर ऑफ द प्युअर सॉल्व्हंट and the solvent in solution. Okay, so see that is here, this DPD is also known as the suction pressure, that is the SP. So diffusion is always equal to SP, and here the diffusion pressure deficit is always equal to the suction pressure. Suction pressure, that is the pressure for the sucking, वॉटर ऍब्सॉर्ब करण्यासाठी जे प्रेशर डेव्हलप होतं, दॅट इज द सक्शन प्रेशर. ओके, सो हियर द सक्शन प्रेशर अँड दिस डीपीडी, इट वॉज मेनली कॉइन्ड बाय द सायंटिस्ट B.S. मेयर इन 1938. ओके, सो हियर द DPD or the suction pressure, it is also known as the water potential. It is also known as the water potential, and the water potential of pure water is always high. Okay, so it is about the diffusion pressure deficit. Okay, then next concept, that is about the osmosis. So here see what is meant by osmosis. Okay, so osmosis means here it is nothing but the diffusion. Osmosis is the diffusion of the solvent from the low concentration of solution to the high concentration of solution. Movement of the solvent, that is the water, okay, from the low concentration of solution to the high concentration of solution through the semi-permeable membrane. Through the semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. It is known as the osmosis. मग ऑस्मॉसिस आणि डिफ्युजन मध्ये काय फरक आहे, तर डिफ्युजन मध्ये काय आहे, देर इज नो मेम्ब्रेन. देर इज नो मेम्ब्रेन. डिफ्युजन इट मेनली फ्रीली टेक्स प्लेस, दॅट इज थ्रू द सेल वॉल परमिएबल. सेल वॉल परमिएबल असतं, त्यामुळे सेल वॉल मधून डिफ्युजन होतं. म्हणजे काय होतं, तर सेल वॉल मधून मुवमेंट होईल, बरोबर आहे, वॉटरची होईल, मिनरल्स वगैरे सगळेच पास होते. वाय, बिकॉज सेल वॉल इज परमिएबल, बट the cell membrane is the semi permeable. Okay, and here through the semi permeable membrane only the solvent is passed. Okay, so here the osmosis means here the movement of the solvent, okay, from the low concentration of solution to the high concentration of solution. So see that is here, if we see that is osmosis process. Okay, and see here the water, so here is the semi permeable membrane, see that is it is the semi permeable membrane. So here is one solution which is having the low concentration, and here is the solution which is having the high concentration. म्हणजे समजा आता इथं आपण या सोल्युशन मध्ये वॉटरचं पर्सेंट जास्त आहे, या सोल्युशन मध्ये वॉटरचं पर्सेंट काय आहे, जास्त आहे. म्हणजे जवळजवळ 80% H2O. वॉटरचं पर्सेंट जास्त आहे आणि शुगरचं पर्सेंट काय आहे, कमी आहे. शुगर 20%च आहे, म्हणजे हे सोल्युशन कमी गोड आहे, म्हणजे लो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशनचं सोल्युशन आहे. इथं हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन मध्ये याच्या विरुद्ध असेल, म्हणजे 80% काय असेल, शुगर असेल. 80% शुगर. ओके. आणि वॉटर मात्र किती पर्सेंट असेल, 20%. वॉटर इज द 20%. ओके. सो हियर द ऑस्मॉसिस मीन्स व्हॉट, दॅट इज द मुवमेंट ऑफ सॉल्वंट, म्हणजे वॉटरची मुवमेंट होईल फ्रॉम द लो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ सोल्युशन टू द हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ सोल्युशन. That is like this direction. It is nothing but the osmosis. Okay, it is known as the osmosis. Okay, so here osmosis means only simple, that is here the movement of the solvent from the low concentration solution to the high concentration solution. Solution म्हटलेलं आहे मी इथं. If we see about the solvent, जर आपण सॉल्व्हंटचा कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर केला, बघा सॉल्व्हंट म्हणलं की वॉटर येईल. इफ वी कन्सिडर द सॉल्व्हंट, सो हियर द मुवमेंट ऑफ द सॉल्व्हंट इज फ्रॉम इट्स हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन टू द लो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन. कारण इथं सॉल्व्हंटचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन इथं काय आहे, जास्त आहे. 80% सॉल्व्हंट आहे, वॉटर आहे. इथं सॉल्व्हंटचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी आहे, 20% आहे. सो मुवमेंट ऑफ द सॉल्व्हंट फ्रॉम द हायर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन टू द लोअर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन. सॉल्व्हंट कन्सिडर केला तर मुवमेंट ही कशी होईल, फ्रॉम हायर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन टू द लोअर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ द सॉल्व्हंट. ओके. इफ वी कन्सिडर द सोल्युशन जर कन्सिडर केलं तर मात्र या सोल्युशनचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन लो आहे. कारण का, तर याच्यामध्ये फक्त 20% शुगर आहे. याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन हाय आहे, कारण का, तर 80% आहे, जास्त गोड आहे. आलं लक्षात. आणि त्यामुळे इथं वॉटरची मुवमेंट कशी होईल, फ्रॉम द लो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ सोल्युशन टू द हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ सोल्युशन. सोल्युशन शब्द मी वापरलेला आहे, लक्षात घ्या. पण आपण जर सॉल्व्हंट कन्सिडर केला तर इथं 80% वॉटर आहे, म्हणजे इथं सॉल्व्हंटचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जास्त आहे. ओके. सो मुवमेंट ऑफ द सॉल्व्हंट from the higher concentration to the lower concentration of the solvent, it is known as the osmosis. Okay, so here we complete, that is about the physical processes. That is, one is the imbibition, then diffusion, and then osmosis. In osmosis we again see next lecture, that is how the exosmosis, endoosmosis, that is the types of the osmosis. Then we can also see that is what is meant by hypotonic solution, hypertonic solution, then how the plasmolysis takes place, etc. Okay, so today we stop here only, that is about the physical processes. Okay, so today in this CET lecture we have seen that is about what are the properties of the water, then which is the water absorbing organ, that is the root tip, how the structure of the root hair is. Then we have also seen that is the types of the soil water. Okay, and then we have seen that is about some physical processes, that is imbibition, diffusion, and the osmosis. Okay student, we stop here and we can see that is about the MCQs which are dependent on this topic.